So through here, Dave's in my guard. So some of the first things I got to do is I got to start to break his hands down. Like, if you hand fight from here, but you don't put any tension into your legs, you're going to hand fight all day. Yeah, because ultimately from here, as quickly as I can get his hands to remove, he just puts them back because there's nothing right now that makes him have to come to the ground. And this is where I keep telling the guys, like, every time you go to the gym, you're working the wrong exercises. My legs cramp up every freaking night I play guard. Because of that constant pull as you're coming in. So when I break him down, I want his hands, they must go to the ground. It's not a choice. I mean, by the time I can break his hands off my body, he will collapse. That's the kind of tension that you want to be building into your legs. Because right through here, like the moment I start pulling in, his hands now are framing. He has to then do something with them. So I'm going to start to break, and then through here, we can start to isolate which hand we want to go for. So once you start to identify which is the side that you like for your Kimura, so again, I'm going to break him down, and one of the things that I like is as I bring him down, I'm already bringing him with my legs, okay? I'm going to grab onto his head, and I'm going to grab onto his elbow, okay? I don't want to just grab here. I don't want to just hold him. When I break him down and I go here, I'm going to hook behind his elbow, and I'm going to bring him forward. So now what this allows me to start to do is to go after my Kimura. When he starts trying to sit up or something of that nature, I can hold on to his head. His head leads me to his arm, and then I can start to go for his wrist. I know in a lot of the other cases, we try to hold and maintain the wrist, okay? We can always work the other way. Okay, the biggest part is I need to get his elbow in front of his wrist in the process. If his wrist goes forward, it's going to be hard to get to the wrist later. But if I can break his elbow down, make him come forward, break that elbow to me, the wrist will always be in the back, which is going to be an easier attack. So again, when I'm in hard tension with your legs, okay, when I break him down, I'm already going to start to feed him, okay? I know this is the arm that I would prefer, so I'm going to start to feed his head to this side so that as he breaks down and I'm popping him in place, I'm going to start to feed his head so that as I start to elevate that elbow. Now through here, he could try, you can see how his hand is in here. He could try, but this is what I'm looking for if he does a secondary motion. Because I'm going to hold that elbow down, I'm going to force him so that when we're here, like I said, I'm going to be pulling, then I'm going to go after his arm, start hooking him up, or he's going to start to go here. If he does, that's going to be a different mistake for him in the process. Okay, so we're going to come in, tight, tight, tight. I'm going to start to break him down, clear him in, go after that elbow. Here, throw his head and his elbow at the same time so that when I go over, it'll give me a better connection. I can't make it to getting to his elbow. That's what I would prefer. So when I break him down and I've got him here, again, I'm using my legs, I'm going to shoot beyond, and again, I want to try to grab that elbow. Overhook here, this is okay, but through here, if I can keep his elbow forward, this can help hold him down a little bit more. And like I said, it guarantees if the elbow is forward, the wrist is behind. So this starts to give me the ability through here to give me access, okay? Now, if I break him down, okay, well, I break him down and I can't, I'm just gonna go over the top of his arm, hook him up to the best I can, okay? And again, I wanna steer his head as far to this side as possible, okay? So once I get him into position, then I'm going to go over his head, okay? I want to try to pin my armpit up against the back of his head as deep as I can. Now through here, I can open and I can latch in and connect into the inside of my own leg. In a gi, you can just grab the pants and hold on, okay? So when I'm here, I can open and connect. So now my goal through here is to keep his head on the ground. So if he starts trying to lift his head up, okay, my goal is to keep that head down. This hand is unlikely that it's going to be able to do anything to me. If he tries to punch, if he tries to do anything of that nature, that's gone. So really what I have left is just this arm, okay? And ultimately, like right now, if I've got him in, I haven't gained control over his arm, but I'm breaking him down, steering him to get over the top. But again, push the back of the head to the floor. That's the part I want to be the major, okay? And then again, like I said, through here, we can open, grab the inside. So now I'm controlling this one. So again, if he wants to start trying to hit me or something of that nature, okay? So now, as he starts trying to move, I'm going to slowly start to move, and then we can start to make our connection. Now I'm holding him down. Now that I've got his wrist in his pocket. So again, if I'm here, and if he's trying to hit me, okay, keep going. This gives me my connection. Now that I have his wrist, now I can slip in, and then I can go for the Kimura from there.
You want to be shallow in that knee pit?
I want to get as deep as I can. That was deep for me.
Okay.
So whenever I see my head, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually reach.
I think body size needs to make a difference too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the biggest part is it's the pressure over the head. And then again, you can grab into your own leg as an anchor point to give you a little extra. But I want to make sure that my elbow is pushing the back of his head, my armpit's pushing. I want his head to be on the ground if at all possible. Like I said, if we're wearing gis, you grab the fabric. If you're wearing pants, you grab the pant leg, something of that nature. You got a lot more to hold on to. If I don't, now, if you're one of those limber dudes, okay, you can come in and you can go full on hooks, all the way deep, something like that, playing almost more like an attempt at a buggy choke kind of variation. I won't, but you could. Get your legs, get him to start doing some work. And he has to have a reason why he's going to come down. Now, be careful. It's one of those things, elbows should never be completely toed in. They should always be like bulldogged, so they're more like elbows out as opposed to him being like super elbow in. Because at that point in time, one, it's too easy for me to get my legs up on top of his arms if he's too inside, but we don't want to go too outside to the point where there's no frame on my legs. So it's going to play this little happy medium. But as I'm here and everything else, I'm keeping tension, keeping tension, keeping tension. I myself, I don't know what else to call it. It would be like a power thumb. When I come in, my hands will go here, and when I peel to the outside, my thumbs are scooping, so that by the time we're here, this is my position. And again, I kind of exaggerate this, but this is actually kind of the way I grip. When I'm first putting him out there, I'm not just death gripping on his wrist. When I first bring him out, my hands, even when they're around, I'm kind of more playing this like little open C. My thumb's hooked in because he can't come forward, push into me. He's not moving forward. The only thing he's going to move is lateral, or he's going to move backwards. And if he moves backwards, he doesn't get to come forward again. So I almost want him to feel free to go the wrong way. Again, the most metal way of jiu-jitsu is to get him to move himself. So when that happens, okay, and I come in, we're going to use those little hips. I pop, and then right from here, when I let go of my legs, my left leg will stay connected, and my right knee will push into his arm. And that's gonna bring him down. Then through here, okay. If for some reason I feel like I need a little extra, go to his head first. Once we go to his head, then I can get his arm, then I can snake my way in. If we feel pretty good, I pop my hips. When I go here, when my hips come down, I'm already kind of pushing, and there goes my knee. See, I'm kind of cocking my hips to the side. Your hand's gonna go over the top, but I want you to act like you're hitting your leg out of the way. Because when the leg moves, that's our in, okay? Then through here, it's what we've been doing. Take his elbow, pull it to your chin, and then we make our slow rotation to the other side. But again, this one's, you gotta be careful of that little bulldog elbow. I accidentally armbar a lot of people from here, because when I go up and he doesn't bulldog and that elbow's on the inside, it goes here. And when I bring my knee forward, my knee is already connected directly to his elbow. It's a fast accidental armbar. So when I'm coming in here, we're playing, bum, 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 he sits up, and then immediately through here, pull that knee to your chest and pin the hand. Notice through here, like I'm really not even using a grip. Sit up. Good. You can see just the position alone, that forward push on his elbow, and just holding his hand back here, he can't, it's like he hits an invisible wall. He can only get up so far. That's one of the reasons why I know that ultimately it doesn't take me very much to get over the top. So when we're in, I pop right here, my knee is gonna come forward, and I'm already like I'm punching my own leg out of the way. And then once we're in here, again, take that elbow and just easy rotation. Now, this entry, it's a little funky, but it does work. And ultimately, it's kind of the beginning of octopus guard. So I'm playing that whole Kimura setup with Dave. Okay, I'm breaking him down, coming in through here. I'm going to use that knee assist. Okay, this time I am going to get a good grip on his wrist. I'm going to use that knee assist, but when we come through, I go for the underside of his arm. That's why this looks a lot like octopus guard. Then I elbow his shoulders to the ground, nice and slow. So right from here, as I'm pinning him down, okay, the goal is heavy pressure on that elbow. That's going to become our control. Now through here, we start to turn our hip, and I pick up my elbow and I bring it tap. So that's a wrist lock back here. Okay, whether he taps to it or not, I don't care. That's not my issue. Okay, so this elbow is going to go down. Then I'm going to come in and I'm going to slide it underneath his head. And that's what's happening as I pick him up here. Now I'm going to reach in and grab onto my own fingers. Okay, so now from here, again, I'm laying on his shoulder. He's stuck. He's not getting up. Okay, so what's going to happen through here is once I'm in position, I can go ahead and start to pull on his neck. Tap. Again, he's not going anywhere. I'm laying on his arm and it's back here. There's no place for him to go. So when I make my connection and I lock on, I'm going to pull up on his head and I'm going to kick through with my leg. Okay, right now you see how this leg is in connection. All I want to do is get between his legs. So I'm going to pull up on his neck and I'm going to push it through. Okay, so now I can start to go behind him. We can go into our full choke. If he stays belly down rather than posting, we just climb up on top. But right here, I'm laying on his arm. Pull your arm up. Okay. It's that pressure on his arm that sticks him in place and makes it to the point where he's really got nowhere to go.
Were you tapping to the shoulder? Or
The shoulder more than anything.
So again, as I go in, I break him down. When that knee comes forward, earlier we went here over the top. Now as it comes forward, we go here. So I want to bring my arm under, and then I want to pull that arm by my head. Elbow the floor. That's my control. Making sure his elbow touches the ground is how I control him. Then put my hand underneath. When I come up here, that's a wrist lock. And I can turn and lock on. So now through here, when I pull on his face, the shoulder is connected. Then I'm going to kick. Pull and kick. So now from here, we can start to bring ourselves up. We can go deeper around the neck. Okay, and again, depending on how he opens